let's talk about limits, right? And how to find limits. Who remembers what a limit is? All right, hey, we're listening now, gentlemen. Okay. How do we find limits?
I don't remember.
Okay, so let's do an example. Are you kidding me? No wonder you all have been so chatty. Usually you stop talking when I start writing. See? Lots of things here. So let's say we want to find the limit as x approaches 3 of 2/3 x squared plus 3x. So remember, we are essentially just plugging stuff in, but remember what can't happen?
0.
0 where? Well, 0, yes, we need to recheck it if it's 0. And
It can't be like approaching 0.
well, it can be approaching 0, but we can't get 0 in the denominator if we have a fraction.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that means then we need to do some simplifying before we plug in. But in this case, if we plug in 3, right, we're very clearly not going to get 0. We're not going to get undefined, right? So we can just plug in and go. Okay? So the limit is x approaches 3, so we're just going to replace that x with the 3, right? So 6 plus 9. So 15. Okay, so these that you don't have to worry about any of that are nice and simple. Okay. So that part feel okay?
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody done writing that?
No.
Okay. All right, so what if we have the limit as t approaches 4 of t minus 4 over t squared minus 16?
Whoa.
So what?
You're going to get... You'll get 0.
You'll get 0 over 0, right?
Does not exist.
No. We don't know that yet. We can simplify this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We can do what to the bottom? Factor. Right, so that is a difference of squares. So you get t minus 4 over t plus 4. And then, yep, the t minus 4's cancel. You're left with 1 over t plus 4. So now we can find that limit. 1 over the 8?
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like. One over the 8, as Mia says.
Low-key, on Wednesday, you might have to remind me to stay after school, because if not, I'll just totally forget and go a whole bunch of physics.
Okay.
I'm being good.
I might have to sit here during, what time am I going to go? Library. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, my Parker is making me.
Okay. So, we good with this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Our next limit. What am I doing? All right, guys. All right, so what's going to happen if we plug in -3 as it is right now?
0.
We're going to get some zeros.
Boo.
All right, so that means we have to do what? Factor. So let's factor on the top first.
Wait, can you do like the... No, never mind.
-1 positive 6.
I retain nothing.
Negative.
Lovely, really bad thing.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, -6 positive.
Yes.
Yes.
No. No. Because. All right.
Oh, because that one.
Look.
That one
Yes,
positive,
it is.
6 is positive.
Yeah, the 6 is positive, so we need 2 of the same sign. So we need x minus 2 and x minus 3. And then on the bottom, we can pull out a 2.
Wait.
We can actually pull out a negative 2 to get x minus 3. If you pull out the opposite sign, it'll switch it. And then they cancel.
Wait, but why does it not make x negative?
I like this one a lot because it makes me happy.
Does it not make x negative?
Forget that you could do these things.
Oh, shoot, it does.
What? What does
Oh no. Maybe we should just start off with
Nope.
2x plus
All right. All right. Even when you factor that, no, we can't cancel anything.
Sort of.
Right. No. Right. So then we get 30 over 0. Right, which means that
How did we get to 30 over 0?
Yeah, we didn't cancel.
plug in the numbers.
Oh, and negative 3.
Plug in the negative 3, right? So that
Wait.
so you get negative 6 times negative 5, which is positive 30 over 0, because that's 0. So then that means, if what?
Are you sure? Is it negative? Because I thought if you had a negative and it was already subtracting, then it would become a positive, wouldn't it?
Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6.
Okay.
It would be like if it was minus a negative.
Thank
It's
you.
not, though. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, so that means our limit does not exist. Right, but you have to go through the process and factor to make sure it doesn't exist, right?
I feel like I'm gonna do the thing that we first did. Like that makes sense to me. I like the first one better.
The first way was wrong.
I know.
All right.
The answer is does not exist.
Yes.
So technically, by doing this, we're breaking that.
No. By doing this, we're proving that there's nothing that we can remove that would then make the limit exist. No, we were breaking math when we tried to pull out that negative 2 and cancel stuff.
Okay.
This does not break math. This is just saying the limit cannot exist at that point.
So it's like, okay. So I don't understand like how people like just saw that and just said, oh, it doesn't exist.
Remember when we looked at the graphs, though, and different ways the limits don't exist? When you have, like, the whole, when the limit value doesn't equal the function value, when things like that, that's how.
But like, still, like,
Ask Isaac Newton.
I don't.
All right. The limit as x approaches 0. All right, y'all, we are getting too distracted. Okay, who remembers what we have to do here?
Do you square to like get rid of the squares? Do you make it equal 0?
I mean, kind of, sort of. No, Mia was closer.
Conjugate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're multiplying by the conjugate of the numerator in this case. So what is the conjugate, Sam?
X square root of x plus 5 plus square root of 5.
Good. And we're going to do that on top and bottom. So remember, on the top in this case, right? We're just going to, I mean, yes, we're technically multiplying this and this, right? We should FOIL, but it doesn't matter because it works out. Of x plus 5 minus 5. And then on the bottom, we have x times the square root of x 5. What? Ah, that's how.
So then the x cancels, right?
Yes, give me just a second. So then, yes, on top you get x over that bottom part again, right? Because the 5s cancel out.
Then the X's cancel out, there'll be a 1 on top.
Yes.
I like this one.
You guys are actually remembering this a lot more than I expected you to. I'm very impressed. So then now we're finding the limit as x approaches 0. So you're plugging in 0 for x.
1 over the square root of 5.
1 over 2 square root of 5.
2
Okay. Good job, guys. I'm impressed.
I'm still writing.
I really thought you guys were going to, like, have a mini panic attack with this today. Let's do our last example for today. Okay? Okay.
Yeah, this makes me sad. Okay, hold on. This is not good.
Oh, your guess is giving me wrong. So.
This is the
Okay, how about you write less and talk more?
This is the one.
Write more, talk words, whatever. You know what I meant. Write more, talk less. All right. So again, we're multiplying by the common denominator, which is 3 times 3 plus x.
Oh, yeah. So that's the common denominator?
Yep, of the top.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Shh.
I was right. I just yelled conjugate.
That's not the conjugate.
Is it really not?
No, that's the common denominator of the bottom.
Conjugate, and then you wrote that down.
No, that was last time.
Yeah, but like you like wrote the same thing.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so this is the
All right, stop. Conjugate is when you change the sign in the middle. For this, I'm multiplying by what the common denominator of the top would be, which would be 3 times 3 plus x. All right, shh. I'm doing that on top and bottom. So not the conjugate, common denominator. So then now on top, ooh, this gets messy. All right, so again, we're multiplying this and this and this and this. So then in the first part, we're just going to get what? 3. Okay, I need to show you guys how I got that.
I forgot.
Okay, so I'm doing 1 over 3 plus x times 3 plus x. So the 3 plus x's cancel and we're left with 3.
Okay, let me write this.
Put it in blue so it matches. I don't know why I put the 3's. Like, I don't know why I did it that way. So then now we're doing 1 over 3 times. So my 3's cancel. So I get minus 3 plus x. Don't forget to put that in parentheses or else it'll mess you up later. So then on the bottom, we just have 3x times 3 plus x. All right, I'm just combining those together. Not yet. Right, so then on top now, you have 3 minus x, so my 3's cancel.
Oh, this is the negative one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, so you'll get a negative 1 now over, and now we can plug that 0 in. All right, so then you get negative 1/9. Huh? X goes to 0, yeah.
Yeah, just like attention and stuff. What's his face? When.
A lot of stuff to work on.
All right, so let's practice a couple on our own.
Oh,
Oh, hold on, I have a layer.
No, I thought that
Who's the jock then? The long haired dude? Because he plays sport.
Still in the limits, eh?
Yep.
11.
Yep, so try this one on your own. The first one. So multiplying by 5x over 5x. So on top that gives you x minus 5. On bottom that gives you 5x times 5 minus x. So you can rewrite that. Then those cancel.
Wait, how? Where'd you pull that negative from?
From here to switch the order. Remember, if you pull out the negative, you can swap it.
Did it turn into x plus 5?
It changed to x minus 5. Because right now, technically, that's negative x plus 5. So you pull out the negative, you get the x minus 5 here.
So if you're pulling out a negative, you need a flip flop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, pull out a negative means to flip flop.
Is the answer to the other one just 1?
Where the X minus 5?
Oh,
On the top, where I did 1/5 times 5x, so the 5's cancel, I get the x. And then the 1 over x times x, I just have the 5 left. Yes.
Is the next one just 1?
No.
yeah, I got 1.
I got 1 too.
Oh, yeah, it is because I copied it down wrong. Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It should have been a minus 2 at the end, which would have changed it, but yeah.
Is it negative 1?
It's a negative 3.
Oh, negative 3. Yeah, that sounds right.
Take me down to the
The buckets with cheese.
What is that from?
Cat.
Okay, that's all I got for today.
Done